I want to thank Jackery for sponsoring this video. If you're looking for a way to charge and power your devices on your next outdoor adventure, give Jackery's line of portable power stations a look. I have personally been using the Jackery Explorer 240 and it has been doing a great job at powering my off-grid office and keeping my camera equipment charged and ready to go. For a more in-depth look at the Jackery Explorer 240, check out the link at the end of this video. Alright guys, so we're out camping right now. We're out on China Hat Road out in Central Oregon. For those of them who have been following my channel for a while, you know I participated in a cleanup that Central Oregon Landcruisers put on last year. And I'm with Jeremy Evans. He's a member of Central Oregon Landcruisers, and he's going to spend a little bit of time talking about this organization and why it's so important to them as off-roaders to keep our public lands clean.
Hi guys, I'm Jeremy Evans. I was one of the original founding members of the Central Oregon Landcruisers. My current position here is as the vice president. We couldn't get everyone out today, kind of came out at Jason I've hung out with before. Great to get out here with him. Part of what we do out here is we love using this land. As off-roaders, we sometimes get a little bit of a bad rap of how we use the land. Part of what we do in giving back to kind of show that we're out here camping, using it the same as anyone else is cleaning it up. Last year, we took around 10,500 pounds of trash out of the Coyote Butte, China Hat area. This year, we're coming in June 1st will be our cleanup this year, and we're looking to hopefully double those numbers of the area. Part of the reason we have so much trouble out here is access, which is what we want to maintain. Until we have peer-based education to maintain the land, to take care of it, we're going to struggle with that. Jason, you saw last year how much trash and all the different types of trash we took out. It's not one user group that's kind of abusing the land. We're seeing across the board just misuse. So what we're doing right now is trying to get that education out for people. Part of the whole purpose of us sitting here tonight camping and enjoying this land, as you can see around us, it's beautiful. I mean, this isn't accessible to most of the country, so for us to keep this open is highly important. We like to wheel around, take our trucks. You might be able to see my Landcruiser in the background. You know, we get out, we like to get rowdy, do everything, but to keep that open, we have to care for these lands. A lot of what we have going on right now throughout user spectrums is destructive. So we really need to get out and start educating each other on how to keep it open for everyone's use. Maybe I want to go wheel around on some rocks, do whatever, play in the snow, things like that. Jason out here with his CVT setup and everything else, he wants to camp, enjoy it. We want pristine lands. If everybody is out here destroying it, leaving their trash when they're done, dumping, we have a lot of, you know, with issues in society today, we have a lot of transient camps where people come out, live out here, leave all their debris when they're done rather than taking it home, putting it in, you know, they don't have a home to go to. Living out here, rather than taking it to the dump or wherever else, they just leave it when they're done. People ask us pretty regularly, why do we do this? You know, it's not us who is leaving the trash. It's not Jason. When he's done with camp, it's spotless. Until all of us step up, until all of us do something about it, we won't see progress. You can inflict closures, you can shut lands down, you can do a bunch of different things that seem to have an effect, but overall, we all lose in the end of that. What we need is people to step up, come in, start cleaning lands, start maintaining it. It's stewardship. Proper stewardship of this is going to go farther than anything the Forest Service, anything law enforcement, any sort of rules, regulation. Peer-based education has the most impact of any sort of learning tool. If people are coming out here and you or me or somebody else says, hey bro, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? What's the long-term effects of that? And you start to ask these questions. They're kind of tough, you know, people don't want to get in somebody else's business, which is, I appreciate that, but sometimes you have to in order to make an impact, to make an effect on it. Because otherwise we wind up We just see the way Colorado, the way some of the other states have gone, and they just shut everything down. We are blessed, particularly in the China Hat area, with how much land we can roam around. We have elevation, we have mountains, buttes, we have everything imaginable to play on. And if those of us in the off-road community, the backcountry community, the bicycling community, the OHV, every different user group doesn't come together, we're all going to lose it.
I agree with you on that 100%. I feel like there's a lot of different groups that kind of fight amongst each other, and we need to figure out how to work with each other to make sure that we keep these lands, because we all want to enjoy them in different ways, and there's a lot of land that we have. And one of the things that I've learned through my YouTube channel is how special this land is, because there's a lot of people from different countries, even different parts of the United States, that are just in amazement that we can come out here and off-road, hunt, fish, hike, that it's all this available. So, but like I said, it's really important, I think, that for all the different groups to not take a blind eye to the other groups that are out there, and really work together.
Yeah, we've seen what alienation does as far as moving groups apart, spreading out. I'm originally from Austin, Texas. Central Texas, all of Texas, is mostly privately owned. There are a few national parks, but if you don't know somebody, you really aren't getting to off-road and run around and do all that stuff. It's the opportunities do not exist. If you've traveled throughout the Midwest, there's really none of these experiences that we get in Central Oregon. They call it the playground of Oregon, and it's absolutely the outdoor playground of Oregon. And it's absolutely true. We have, within 30 minutes, you can go boating, skiing, off-roading, mountain biking, road biking. Everything is available. And until we as a whole group of land users, public landowners, come together, we're going to lose it eventually. It's not a today thing or tomorrow thing, but if we don't stand up and do something, everyone who has kids, the people that are out here, eventually they'll just hear stories of how we used to get to roam around, hang out, have a good time. We could hunt, we could camp, we could just enjoy the land as it was meant to be. We really need to step up and take a part in ownership of that.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that people understand that I get that for many of us, we definitely take care of it. I'm sure many of my subscribers understand this and take care of us, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, but it's not just a matter of us not leaving garbage, but it's making sure that we have garbage bags with us and things like that when we're out camping, and clean up. I mean, even this campsite where we're at, when I first got here, this fire pit was just full of trash, which is one of my biggest pet peeves, that fire pits are not trash receptacles.
Sure.
So, but anyways, and that's the big thing, is don't leave garbage when you find it. Make sure you're getting in there and cleaning it up, and not leaving it for the Forest Service or BLM to take care of, because that's when things are starting to get shut down. We're never going to stop everybody, because like you said, there's a lot of transient groups, and like they just don't care. Like they're not using the land like we do. They're just not caring like we do, and they probably never will. But we need to make sure that as outdoorsmen, that we're taking that extra step and cleaning up after other people.
Conservation and stewardship of the land really comes back to us. We have a lot of issues in society that lead to some of the problems we've got out here. But us turning a blind eye to it, or saying we didn't make the mess, we didn't do whatever, is unacceptable. We need to step up and take care of it, even if somebody else is leaving the trash everywhere. It's still our problem. Something a lot of people don't realize is, as an off-road group, as a Central Oregon Landcruisers, we keep track of hours when we go out. We take trash bags. We have, we're just cruising around the forest enjoying it. We throw trash in the back of the beds if we have trucks, trasharoos if we've got an SUV. Those hours actually go to federal grants for the Forest Service that help to keep our land open. So if you're keeping track of that, if you're going out, registering hours, logging that in, turning that into the Forest Service, there are forms you can pick up that show it. Those are volunteer hours for the Forest Service that go to COVOPs, Combined Off-Highway Vehicle Operations, various other groups that help keep our trails open. It's not it's not unseen when you go out and do this. This isn't invisible. If you get involved, go out. Things like the China Hat cleanup are a big event. That's not a it's not just a couple people coming out. Last year we took some 11,000 pounds ish.
Right.
We had, I think, 130 volunteers came out. That was a big deal. It generated, don't quote me on this, but $20,000 plus, I believe, for the BLM, for Forest Service, to help keep our land open. So this is something that when you are out here and you're helping people, helping keep the lands clean, doing that, it has a lot larger effect than you would realize.
So you guys are getting ready to do this again this year. When are you guys going to be doing it?
This year's cleanup will be June 1st. This will be the third year in a row we've done it. It's now an annual event. If anyone's interested in helping with it, we will be doing this every year. This wasn't a one-time and done thing. We originally started on Coyote Butte, made a lot of progress the first year, made a ton of progress the second year, even expanding. And this year we're looking to get a lot bigger and take more of China Hat.
So if somebody wants to get involved in this cleanup this year, how would they find out? Where should they go on the internet to find out, to get signed up or to come out and to help?
Sure. So we are primarily social media based. Follow Central Oregon Landcruisers on Instagram and Facebook. We also have a Facebook group that you can join, more of a kind of on a local level as far as interacting with the people in this area. We'll have regular notices of when the cleanup will be, what time to show up, what you need. But there's no real sign up. There's no, we've always been kind of unofficial about certain things. We really like fluidity and the ability to move quickly. So the day of the cleanup, literally all you have to do is show up, bring some gloves. We'll try to have gloves, bags, all that ready for you, but anything you can bring helps. So show up the day of the cleanup, ready to go. And that's about it.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, I hope that you guys can maybe find ways to do this in your own areas, like just what Central Oregon Landcruisers is doing. But if you do want to be involved in this, unfortunately, I'm going to be gone this year, and I'm not going to be around, which will be a bummer. But it was great to be involved last year. But anyhow, I hope that you guys got something out of this. So like I said, check my description below. I'll make sure to put links to Central Oregon Landcruisers' social media sites, and we'll catch you guys again outside.